What's up everyone, it's your boy Ren here. In today's episode, I will be unboxing and reviewing a few different switches from NovelKeys. If you haven't heard of NovelKeys, definitely check them out as they are my go-to source for not only keyboard switches, but keycaps, desk pads, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So after ordering from NovelKeys, I received my order within about a week, and I can confirm that they are very consistent with their shipping speed as well. So I'm located in California, and it looks like it was shipped from the East Coast. So depending on where you're located at, you'll probably get your order even quicker. With that said, let's get started. All right, now after opening up the box with my scissors, I'll just take out the packing slip, and then I'm just gonna go through each switch first and then break them out in more detail later on. So now first off, you can see here I ordered 10 of the brown switches. Now these are the Kale brown switches. Now specifically, I am a tactile switch fan, so you won't really see anything else. So my main focus is I'm purchasing all the tactile switches that I can just to test them out. Now those purple ones were the Kale Pro switches, and now those were Kale Purple. These ones are the NovelKeys and Kailh collab with the speed heavy switches, and I picked up the burnt orange. And then as always with every order, NovelKeys will include a sticker. Now it's pretty awesome. So the solid box, as like I said, you can use that to store other switches or keycaps, anything that you want. So I do have a few of those lying around. All right, now to go over each switch in further detail. First up, I have the NovelKeys and Kailh collab, the speed heavy switches. Now these are the burnt orange and the tactile switches. Now this is the same stem as the speed copper switch, which is 1.1 millimeter actuation, compared to the 3.8 and 3.6 millimeter of the other switches. This is a 3.5 millimeter of travel for the switch, and it also has a 70 gram operating force. So it takes 70 grams of force to actually activate the switch. Now a NovelKeys Kailh collab. So this is unique for NovelKeys and Kailh, so you won't really be able to purchase this switch anywhere else besides through NovelKeys. So it is a custom-made switch. Now next up we have the Kailh brown switch, which is tactile and quiet switch. Has the 2.1 millimeter actuation, 3.8 travel, and then the 50 gram operating force. Now this one is pretty much a lighter key switch than the Cherry MX Brown, I believe, which is the 55 gram actuation force. So a little bit less pressure to actually activate the key for that brown. Now this one is the Kale Pro Switch for the Kale Purple, and it is a tactile switch as well. 1.7 millimeter actuation, 3.6 millimeter travel, and 50 gram operating force. And it's just a really nice feeling switch as well. For again, I always want to focus on tactile switches, and then you can see here, you can actually hear the bump and feel it as well, but it's not as loud as a blue switch. All right, now moving on to installation. Now again, my main focus and keyword that I'm using is the GK61, and you can see how it looked when I first bought this keyboard, and piece by piece I've been installing new switches on it, testing out different ones that I like, and over time you can see here it's become this. So now I'm going to install the burnt orange switches onto each of the keycaps here that I'm pointing out, like escape, tab, caps, shift, enter, both shifts, backspace. So yeah, I'm just going to do that now and just go through the installation process for each of these switches. All right, now it's all done. All the Kailh NovelKeys collab burnt orange switches are installed. And I'm just going through each test here. Alright, now just to show you guys how easy it is to install a switch on the GK61, since it is hot swappable, you just take your switch, make sure the pins are on the bottom side, and just simply snap it in. It clicks in place, and there you go. You can see the LED shine through on each switch is different, so I would definitely pay attention to that. But you can see here with the burnt orange switches, LED just shines through perfect. Now you just clip on the keycap on top of the switch, and there you have it. Alright, now moving on to installing the Kale Pro switches. This is the Kale Purple. Now the same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and point out the switches. I believe I'm going to install these on the WASD keys. But yeah, I'm just going to remove those and then just go through the same install like with the burnt orange. But you can see how easy it is to just simply remove the keycap with the keycap remover tool and the switch remover. Just removing the switches out, hot swapping them in with another one, just so you can test out any type of switch that you want. So you can see that I removed that one switch to put in the Kale Purple, and there you have it. I'm now going to remove all the WASD switches and also the ZXCV switches and replace those with the Kale Purple. Alright, now last but not least, I have the Kailh brown switches. Now just as a comparison, I have the Cherry MX brown switches on this keyboard already, but I'm going to go ahead and just purchase all the different brown ones over time so we can test out all the different brown switches. Now you can see here I have Cherry MX brown switch on the left and the Kailh brown switch on the right, and you can see that it is pretty similar in not only sound but the look as well. It's just a brown switch, but yeah, same process. I'm just going to go ahead and install these on all the different keys here. Now what I'm going to do is install it on the bottom row as well as the arrow keys on the GK61. Alright, there you have it. All the key switches have been installed. The NovelKeys and Kailh collab burnt orange, the Kailh browns, as well as the Kale Pro purple switches. Now here's a quick sound test of all of them. Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.